Luke Cage Season 1, Episode 8.
The Ocho.
Luke gets shot again.
Yeah. You're always jumping to the end.
Well, it's because it's the last thing we see right before we record this. So, it seems like I'm getting a feeling I'm just going to hop forward to the nitty-gritty superpower part of it. He has a bunch of shrapnel in him, and it looks like his body's pushing it deeper. I'm thinking his body's going to pass it at some point. He's going to cough it up, poop it out. Something's going to happen. I think it's just going to
all better.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the only conclusion because there's no way for him to do surgery on him, right? He has shrapnel in him that's cutting through him somehow. I'm thinking that that's what's going to be the end result is that his body's going to naturally eject whatever is inside of him.
Yeah, it could be like it's forcing it out kind of thing. Either that or they're going to need like Iron Man to show up with one of his magnets.
That's probably not going to happen.
Power Iron Man.
Yeah. So how did this one feel? Does it feel more superhero-y, less superhero-y to you?
It didn't feel more superhero-y because, he got beat up in this one.
Was the pacing better for you? It seemed like it was a more active, action-oriented episode to me.
I guess so, but it's still like the music in the scenes is still kind of down-tempo and like, I don't know. Again, I like it, but it's not, there's no fireworks, there's no whiz-bangs, which, okay, I guess.
See what I have to deal with all the time. So I'm not quite seeing it that same way, I guess, as you are. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't feel the down tempo of it. I feel like there's energy in it and that stuff's happening. I mean, that guy, that guy kept kicking him in his wound because he's a jerk.
He did.
So, okay, enough about that type of stuff. The actual story part of it, though. Mm-hmm. So, they have Diamondback.
Yeah, Diamondback shows that my little theory about shades was completely wrong.
Unless it's like a Fight Club thing and they're the same guy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They obviously have history. He says, you were like a brother to me. And he says, I am your brother.
Yeah. There was that whole thing where he like walks out of the shadow and you see his face and it's like a reveal. But it's like, I don't know who that is, So, yeah, they have some childhood history. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe because, in the Luke Cage lore, he was running with gang members in his youth. So maybe they were doing that kind of stuff together. I don't know. Or maybe that was after these two had their issue. I don't know.
Well, he knows his wife. Yeah. So it has to be somewhat recent. So it has to be...
Maybe they were cops together. They didn't really come across that way.
No, yeah. But maybe... I don't know. It's kind of interesting because obviously the guy has military skills of some kind, right? Mm-hmm. Which makes you think that he was a professional more than just like a criminal.
Right.
So, I mean, you have to forgive me because I don't know enough about the lore and I haven't read the comics at all. I don't know if he's supposed to be some because they kept the Willis.
Is Stryker.
I don't know. So I'm hoping that they explain it more for people like me who don't know anything about the history to be able to fill it in and understand it. Because right now I feel like they're kind of like, here's the guy, and we're supposed to know who it is. Because I know, like, isn't Cottonmouth and Diamondback, those are real comic book characters, right? Yeah. Don't they dress up like snakes or something in the comic books? I feel like that was a thing.
I don't remember that.
But I don't know. I'm enjoying it, but right now, this episode... I kind of like him running around, but the fact that they ended again with him being shot again, I know it's not going to happen, but I feel like, oh God, don't end every episode now with Luke Cage falling off a bridge, getting shot, something bad. Like,
well, this time he's going away in a garbage truck.
So I'm assuming that's how they explain how he escapes this time. Basically, he falls into a garbage truck and drives away, and the guy's like, he's dead for surezies now, and then leaves him.
Well, he even said that. I shot you once, and it almost killed you, and this one's going to kill you.
Except for then he shot him in the shoulder. He almost shot him in the head, and then she knocked him out of the way. He should have shot him in the head the first time. I mean, I don't want Luke Cage to die, but I'm just saying. So, I don't know. I guess talking about it, I'm not... This is probably my... I don't know. This is the episode I came away like feeling the least strength to me. I don't know if it's just because maybe also Luke Cage is vulnerable, but then again, he did get shot in the stomach and then got up and fought somebody, so he's not that vulnerable. But I don't know, it had a different energy to it to me. And I don't feel the muted as much as just it's different to this episode.
There was some interesting stuff that took place though. Like Mariah feels like she's full villain now, like all in, and Shades is kind of like manipulating her.
He's the devil on her shoulder type of thing.
He asserts himself with the Cottonmouth thugs. He's in charge. So she's full in villain now, and she even has that little scene where she's looking at the picture of Aunt Mabel and saying, "I'm not like you," but you kind of have become that.
Yeah, and you're working that way, yeah.
And then there's a lot of Misty Knight is probably either getting suspended or fired. I'm guessing because I believe in the comics she becomes a private investigator, and I think she's either with Jessica Jones or somebody else as a private investigator. Can't remember who. But anyway, it feels like that's where that's headed. Like she's just about done being a police officer. Especially since the internal affairs person is buddy with Black Mariah.
Yeah, but that did feel like, at least, it didn't feel completely ridiculous to me. Like, she was like, yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. But then when they got done, she wasn't like, you stay away from her, don't mess with her. She was like, oh, you think she's good for it? But
just more like social circle.
Yeah. Kind of thing. So I feel like they may be doing world building this episode, kind of a thing, where maybe they're establishing some people to be maybe in it for the long haul. Especially like you said with the Missy Knight thing. Like, if she's going to be leading somewhere, maybe she'll be in the next Jessica Jones, or in the next, maybe she'll be one of those crossover characters like the nurses, because I feel like they're leading up to the Defenders thing, right? They're going to want a lot of crossover. Right. They're going to want a lot of connective tissue between all these things. It seems like having more characters that move between them all besides just the 4 superheroes makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So, as you can tell, I guess we're kind of muted this episode. I guess you're right, because both of us kind of came out of this episode in low power mode, it feels like.
I'm kind of stretching this out, but I think what it is it's the way the scenes progress, the way they open and end. There's none of that standard Hollywood whiz bang. There's not any music there's music, but it's not like emotional music. It's just really kind of subtle background music. And there's no sharp cuts to action. There's never a sharp cut to action. It's always almost soap opera like, where they move from one scene
to the next scene,
into the next scene. And it's kind of, every scene is dialogue, at least in the beginning of it. It seems like, so I say muted, and I don't mean to dog on it, but it's nothing's happened yet where I'm like, holy crap, you know what I mean?
There's obviously this high stakes stuff, right? Like Luke Cage is being shot, he's saving people. The missile got shot at a building and took it down. But yeah, there isn't like I see what you're saying now with the standard cuts. I hadn't thought about that. Where normally in you have an action sequence, and usually it's, if there is dialogue or something else going on, it's, some type of repertoire between two people, and then it cuts to a punch being thrown and stuff's happening, explosion, back to the person, and it's like building up attention by giving you action, and then the dialogue's building up. And yes, in this, it's all very linear. They don't do that at all. There isn't any back and forth cutting, you're right. It's all just a scene, and then the next scene, and then the next scene. Yeah. Maybe that's what's giving you that impression. I kind of like it because it makes, to me, in a general sense, it feels more like, it makes things seem more real, I guess. Maybe that's why it seems more like calm or like a little power, because things are constant. You're not like jumping back and forth, and someone says something, and then they always like to edit things, so it seems like someone's replying to someone from a different scene, or they say something and someone else says something related to it. It goes to another conversation. No, this is, they show up, they have dialogue, they walk into the next room, they talk to someone. It's like you're more like you're following them and less like you're actual cutting between stuff.
Right.
So far I'm enjoying that, though this episode did, which is funny because I felt like I enjoyed the episode when I was watching it. Like, I haven't not enjoyed a single one of these episodes. No. But I think getting out of this one, it feels very, maybe because it's a kind of a downer episode, but it feels like, now what's going to happen type of thing. And I'm hoping that they turn the energy around. I don't think we're going to end up. I don't think in this season we're going to see Power Man. I think it's going to be Luke Cage.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to see him as a superhero. They reference him in that way, but I think it's all going to be the walking and talking and beating up some thugs type of a thing.
Yeah, it could be. Or they're just saving it all for like the last episode or something.
Could be, because the other thing is there isn't I guess Diamondback's kind of the big villain, but he also appears to be a man.
A man with an awesome gun. That's, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I think that's our attitude for this recording. We're going to be watching some more, posting some more, so make sure to stay tuned and keep watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.